Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I'm doing a review of the Star Wars Black Series 6-inch Mandalorian, or Mando from the Mandalorian should I say, action figure. It's the one on the right of the screen of this recording. Now, bit of a disclaimer, the reason why I'm not doing this review on the TARDIS 9th Doctor / 10th Doctor TARDIS playset is because where I normally do my action figure reviews is just because of where it is in the bedroom. Since we move things around, it's a little bit less convenient to get to, and honestly I think this might be a little bit of a better setup for in the meantime, personally, and that. But yeah, I just got this action figure today of this recording. I think it's the 5th of June. I could be wrong about the date, but I think it's the 5th of June 2021. So yeah, so obviously with this one on the left, it's the non-beskar armor version, which I have reviewed on the channel as well. I predominantly have this one here just as a comparison to the actual one that I'm reviewing. And also I reviewed it, back last year, sort of about April last year, so yeah. First of all, I guess the major difference would be that the Beskar version of Mando comes with a jetpack, which is nicely detailed in this sort of grey, sort of blockish, sort of almost makes it look like a stone effect almost, and that, which is a bit iffy in my humble opinion. And then instead of, like, say, Boba Fett with the giant missile launcher on the top there, you've just got that removed and cut off, so these three main bits are kind of a little bit less sort of sticky outy and that. But don't worry, much like the previous Mando figure, the non-Beskar armor version, he does also come with a cape, but to have the jetpack on, you have to remove this cape, unless the alternative is going like Sith Lord 229, another fantastic Star Wars YouTuber. Not that I'm saying I'm a fantastic Star Wars YouTuber, but a fantastic Star Wars action figure reviewer and YouTuber on the platform. He and probably quite a few others have got replaced this version of the cape with a soft goods cape, meaning that it's like a sort of actual sort of fabric material with like wiring inside, so you can have the cape and the jetpack together. Oddly enough, comparing this cape to the previous cape, might not be able to see it on camera, but the previous cape I prefer because it's this sort of darkish brown colour, whereas this seems like almost just sort of a greyish, almost closer to a black colour, which is a bit odd for me personally. I think that's a bit odd. Predominantly the major difference between the two is aesthetically. As you can see, you've got on the Beskar armour more of the sort of nicer armour that he predominantly has within the series, within both the first and second series. I think he only has the non-Beskar armour for like the first 2 or 3 episodes, if that. And then by episode 4 onwards, so the first half of series, or the second half of season 1, all the way through to season 2, he's in this armour, whereas like the first 2-3 episodes he's in the sort of crappier armour. Although as an action figure I actually kind of prefer this one myself personally, because it's got like just a lot more sort of character, I suppose. But it is nice to have more of a, for lack of a better term, like more seen one within the show, and a more cleaner and sort of more, for lack of a better term, like fully upgraded / complete version of Mando. Almost. The other major difference I would say is that on the left shoulder pad and armor piece, he's got the insignia, the sort of mudhorn creature that he kills in episode 2 of season 1, which, if the camera could focus, which is a really cool, like, nice little detail, which is like this emblem that marks the armor makes to mark the fact that both Baby Yoda and Mando are a clan of 2. Now, you know, that they're both one of the same, and now he's also got his whistling bird on this arm as well, whereas on the previous one he doesn't have that. And then as I say, predominantly the major difference is the armor is this sort of nice, sort of nicer, sort of sort of silvery wash, and also on the helmet you've not got any of the dings or the sort of brown scuff marks. Well, he didn't previously have any dings in his helmet, but it was more just a sort of brown wash to give it this sort of weathered look, whereas this version, the beskar armor version, is just clear sort of silver all the way around the armor, or the helmet should I say. He's got the whistling bird, and he's also got like this sort of like more sort of like raised metal sort of material to look as though he's got like a flamethrower potentially as well, and that as well as the pads on the knees being a bit more sort of, as I say, like cleaner, although this one's still a little bit scuffed up, I suppose, but with a bit of just brown mud and a bit of scuffing, whereas obviously if you compare it to the previous one, it's a lot cleaner, even if it has got a little bit of dirt on it. So yeah, much like the previous figure, you've also got all the pegs on the back as well of the figure to hold the sort of assault, the big bow, or the big blaster rifle that he has, which is the same as the previous one, except the previous one seems to be in this sort of darker sort of colour, sort of all the way around, whereas this one seems to be in a very shinier sort of shinier sort of plasticky silver, which I'm not sure if that's more screen accurate. And likewise with the pistols as well, like this is the new beskar pistol, which is really brightly sort of painted silver with a brown handle, whereas the previous one was this darker gunmetal silver with like a sort of darker sort of handle. So yeah, they both do come with the blasters, or the blaster pistols, the pistols as well as the rifle, and that, which I like because, you know, just in case you lose one, I've now got spares, so that's cool. And then obviously this one comes with, as I said before, the jetpack and that. So, but you have to remove the sort of cape sort of piece, unfortunately, to be able to have him displayed with the jetpack, unless you, as I said earlier, get a custom soft goods sort of thing. In terms of articulation, they are practically the same. They are both very highly articulated and that, you know, and you can get them in lots of various poses and positions with the blasters and as I say, the big sort of blaster rifle, the proper iconic blaster rifle at this point within the show, and that. So yeah, it's really cool to have the sort of, for lack of a better term, like the proper version of him as well, I suppose, as well as the sort of scuffed up, sort of less cool version. As I say, as a figure, I do actually like this quite a bit, the sort of non-Beskar version, although the Beskar version within the show is obviously the cooler one, because it's just cool to see him in clean, sort of badass armour, which can, in your mind, just because it looks cleaner and less sort of scuffed up and dirty, it already looks like he can withstand more bullets or more blaster sort of shots and stuff. So just try and put one of the guns or the pistol in his hand and that. So yeah, you can get him in like poses like that, I suppose, and then yeah, and then they're both very highly articulated, and that in terms of articulation, as I said before, they are pretty much very much the same figure, which is good. So either way, you will get pretty much the same accessories, minus the jetpack on that one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in Season 1 he gets the jetpack, if not in Season 2, spoiler alert for Season 2, but either way, he gets the jetpack later on. Yeah, I think it's, spoiler alert, but I think it's at the end of Season 1 that he gets a jetpack from the Armourer, I think. I could be wrong about that. I haven't seen all of Season 1 a lot. I have seen it all, but just not all the time. And then obviously the visors, the black visors, and as I say, the helmets are pretty much the same, minus the sort of muddy brown on the sort of non-beskar version. He's a lot sort of cleaner, which is weird because it makes me feel like the helmet is smaller on the beskar one, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why I think that. I just do. Just weird, really. But yeah, I think they're both really good figures. I just wish, much like Sith Lord 229, there was a better cape with the Beskar one. It's not so much of an issue with the non-Beskar one, the cape, because obviously you don't have a jetpack, but with this one you do. So if they ever release a version with like a soft goods cape, that would be better, I suppose. A more sort of posable cape to then have it where you could pose it with the cape and the jetpack would be great. Would be ideal. So, but other than that, I'd still give both these figures, or the Beskar armor version of Mando from The Mandalorian, a well-earned 9 out of 10. You know, you're getting the two iconic accessories with him, with the bolt, the sort of long assault rifle, sort of, or the sort of hunting blaster rifle, and then the pistol, as well as the addition of now the jetpack. And that, although I would have personally preferred it to be in a different material and have a few more bits and pieces and details personally. Although you are getting also the insignia, which is a nice added addition, as well as the finer details on the figure of the whistling bird, sort of thing on that one armor piece of his sort of wrist armor piece, as well as like bits that are sort of coming out as though you can just pretend that they're like the flamethrower sort of thing, and that. But yeah, I'd give the Mandalorian Mando from The Mandalorian in his Beskar armor a 9 out of 10 as an action figure. Thanks for watching. Please do rate, comment, and subscribe.